Welcome to Nintendo K channel. I am Danny.
Evelyn.
Today we're going to be talking about the biggest launch of this year. That is the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Finally.
Oh, finally.
How
6
many years?
Yeah, 6
At
years.
least it's not 100 years, Danny.
It's not 100 years, but it's been too long. It's since Breath of the Wild coming out on the Nintendo Switch launch day. So it feels like eternity. But, you know, if you guys don't know by now, I think you guys know by now, the game is massive. It's crazy. It expanded on the world of Breath of the Wild as it is. I thought like, okay, you know, it's a big world. What can they expand on? But heck, you know, as I was playing it, I discovered new worlds, if you will. I won't say much in terms of like plots or story, so don't worry about that. We'll probably talk about like my first 10 hours of gameplay and my impressions of it. Evelyn watched me play a bit of it on stream, so if you guys join me on stream, you know the wacky or the craziness that does happen there.
Yeah. Anything could happen on stream. I actually got to play too on my birthday.
That's right.
And I'm enjoying it. I want to get into it, play more, and I actually told many of you that I want to play at my own pace because I'm not really good with controlling the camera. But watching Danny playing it, it's totally different adventure from mine because I could build certain things my way and then it come up with crazy things.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, you can play any way, and they took the formula from Breath of the Wild and take it to a whole another level in terms of creativity, or in my case, I'm not very creative. I'll be just doing something crazy and wacky, but that's okay because everyone has a different way to play. It's no right or wrong, and I think that that's what makes the beauty of Zelda now, that it's approachable for a lot of people.
Exactly.
Regardless.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you because the beauty of it is just that there's no set formula of how you get the result. As long as you get the result, then it's fine. And it's amazing how people come up with creativity. Like, you know, Danny has his own, and you guys probably have your own. But it's really, really cool. And then you could spend hours and hours in one area.
And looking for this dude.
And look at we have visitors in here.
Yeah, we got visitors today. So I brought out my Korok friend here. We all love them. Come on. Treat them good. Treat them good.
They are adorable. And we all need them to help them, to find them. But we do need
You
them.
help them, they help you. And then Evelyn got an Autorok here. It's adorable, smiley, you know, a classic Zelda character. But I thought it would be fun to just bring out plush from time to time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But of course, I want to thank you guys for joining with us on this Nintendo K Direct Talk. And we went right into it. We were so excited to talk about this game, but of course the little intro, but you know, we're getting you right into the action. If you guys, obviously, I want to ask you guys to leave down below in the comments on this direct talk about your thoughts of the game. How many hours did you put in? Lots of hours maybe, I'm sure, but that's okay. And what are your feelings so far? Because you know, the game just came out of this video maybe like a week or so, but as maybe people watching this in the future, also let me know what you think, because maybe by this time you'll be finishing the game and you have concrete thoughts about it. So it'll be a good discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, we're gonna be talking a little bit just the beginning of the game. There's no spoiler, no story, anything about it. It just, I guess, our first impression as we got to play the game. Everyone at the same time. I mean, we did play it earlier at the media event, but then getting the game, seeing the cutscene at the beginning.
They started out with a bang.
Yes.
I loved it. I love the cutscene. Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. They just get you into it. They're like, wait, we are in this area, and then you just have to keep going, and then boom.
It sets the tone. It's already a darker tone compared to what we've seen so far. It's not new for Zelda, but at the same time, like I like that it gives you a little story basis to get into the game. You see the characterization, the voice acting, and then, you know, usually we're thinking, oh, you're gonna go out in the wild, and then you got this epic pan of the landscape right from the very beginning. No, actually, it's not the case. But it does as you kind of as you get to a certain point in the beginning. And once you get that, oh, now I understand.
It's epic.
It's epic. Yeah.
That got me. Some of you saw me on stream. Were like, wait, I thought it was something like. Like, where is it? We're like, okay, I guess.
As Link comes down, because we're all talking about the skies here now, the world above Hyrule, coming down. It's epic. I love the power of the music. It really grabs you right away. I mean, Breath of the Wild was good in terms of how, you know, that majestic landscape view. with the Hyrule Castle from the distance and the mountains region, volcano mountains region afar on one side. It's beautiful, but this one, I think that you could see, like, it feels like it's bigger.
Right.
I think that's what the scope that present itself from the very beginning.
Right, and also as it expands, you could see everywhere. Like you have islands in the sky, you have all the way down there, and then it's just crazy how you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna spend in triple digit of hours in this game.
Yeah, so talking about triple digits, like I racked up easily 10 hours, no question asked, when I'm up in the sky, taking my time to look at scavenge and all that stuff. And then once you get down to Hyrule Field and the world that we all been playing for the last 6 years, you know, from Breath of the Wild, you kind of realize, okay, so they got a set point, you get there, and then later you just throw you to the wolves, you just go anywhere you want, which is great. You're gonna see a lot of familiar places, but there's also an expanded area, which I won't say too much about because I don't know where you guys are playing. Another expanded area which I did not expect, and when I was playing, I'm like, oh my goodness, how big did they make this place? So there's like a multi-tier kind of world going on that you're exploring, and we don't know, or at least I don't know at the current talking, like how much more can I experience going deeper into the unknown. So I think that's the beauty of games like this, because when you're going through different worlds, I want what's behind that mountain.
You're curious.
What's behind that shadow? What's behind this and that? So taking back that thought process, I think that our curiosity is what makes this game unique and enjoyable, regardless of how you're experiencing it. Because when you're out in exploration, you want to see, I want to know what's beyond what's there. And then maybe there's something cool, or maybe it's just a Korok. So whatever the case is, you know?
And also you come up with creativity, how to deal with certain area. I guess when you get into that area, you're gonna have to use your abilities, fuse, ascend, all that things. And some of you are enjoying recall. So those are the things that is new to this game.
Yeah, the abilities is what makes it another level. Right. Yes, we had abilities, the rune abilities from Breath of the Wild, but I think with this one, it makes you really godlike powers, because the Zonai had godlike powers based on how the game presented these characters. But with that in mind, that's where the creativity for the player comes into play. Like if you're going to do recall on certain things, you can use it for an attack, some way or some form. Kind of they throw something at you, but oh no, I'm going to reverse that at you. Something like that, right?
Right.
Or you know, you'd be using ascend to go to different areas that you were not able to reach normally. Because back then, you know, if you want to go up high, you gotta climb up there, and that really depends on your stamina wheel. But since the beginning, early in the game, you got like one wheel, and then you can barely climb. And you know the rain, the obvious rain that makes it harder. So you just ascend, go up there, and you'll be done. That's a great traversal ability that they added in there.
By now, I think a lot of us just went back and revisit our physics class.
Yeah.
Because this game is all about physics too.
I did some crazy things on stream where I could easily glue together two platforms to cross this gap in a shrine, but in the end I just made up a spring and I dropped another platform on it to kind of flip my link across that gap there and made it through. So it's just like
crazy.
You can do stupid things like I do, but it works, and I'm glad it worked, and it's so satisfying when you hear that chime, when you you know, like that. I don't know, I can't do it, but you know the deal. When you do something successful, like you open a chest, right? You get that chime, the music that, you know, yes, well done, right?
Yes.
What else can we, the world is so vast that I didn't even get to see everything. There's so many things to unlock. There's so many things to see. There's more story elements. There are more, there are dungeons actually. It's confirmed by Nintendo. They mentioned about dungeons. So I am very happy about that, because one of the big things that I wasn't too keen on was Breath of the Wild. They had a lot of shrines, but there's a lot of shrines, but there was no traditional dungeon. Yes, we had the Divine Beast, but this time they did a compromise. It's not as in-depth as any of the traditional Zelda dungeons. Like, you know, you play Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, and so on and so forth. But they did a compromise where new players can get into it. It's not as extensive, those dungeons, in the past games, but this time they made it approachable for maybe gamers like Evelyn who never really fully experienced Zelda games before and get into it. So I think that was a nice touch, that it it gives me something as an old-time Zelda fan,
But
as
also-
in new people that never played a Zelda game before. So awesome, pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I'm enjoying it too. So I'm gonna play a little. As I'm not really good with the camera control, but hey, this is a game that you could actually spend your time. Could be a year, 2 years, who knows? Because it's adventure.
Yeah, talking about adventure, like one of the key things I want to talk about is the sounds, the music. First, the sound. Nintendo does this very well. I noticed it right away because I played it. The first thing I do when I play any game is I give it the best possible experience possible, play it on the big speakers and all that stuff. And every footstep, every opening of a chest, everything that you collect or you gather or you beat an enemy, every sound is conveyed very well. Like even it's very satisfying. The moment I walk into the first shrine, I hear the footsteps going through it. The look is great, by the way. I love the color scheme of the new shrines, by the way. Every footstep that Link, it has feedback. It feels tangible. It feels real.
Right.
I know we take this for granted, but I feel like all the sounds that I've heard so far is resonate very well. And with that on top of the music, it's definitely, there's scores that we are familiar with. They remixed it and they do different arrangements to be more precise with the way I should say it. That's nice. I feel like the Great Sky Island had a tone of music that plays throughout your time there. That was really nice. Instead of just only most of the time like the occasional chime and then mostly wind blowing and trees, birds chirping. Also, I'm glad to see a bit more music into the world. So I always remember when I hear the tune for the Great Sky Island, I know exactly it is the Great Sky Island.
You feel like you're kind of, your brain already know that you are in Sky Island, Great Sky Island. And then once you go into the land, then you will know that, okay, you are actually down there.
Once you get down there, it's like the Breath of the Wild feel.
Right.
So it's like a compromise, And then there's other places which I won't say too much in case you guys didn't know or seen it, just for spoiler purposes. And it has a tone for it as well, as a different environment. So that's cool. That's really cool. Another thing I want to mention that I noticed right away, great touch, is the surround sound. I was great to hear like up in the Great Sky Island. Not only did I hear all the sound effects from around. Going back down to Hyrule, you get to hear everything that you're familiar with, but in surround sound this time. So it's really sweet to hear that in full fidelity. Hearing that bird chirping go around. So it's not very strong, but I feel like it's very subtle to a point where I feel that is an awesome improvement that they've done in the past. So props to Nintendo for taking audio seriously, because I take my thing seriously. That's just me though.
No, it also because it gives the player a better experience.
You get immersed into that world more. I think that's very important because we take it for granted. We don't, like, the moment you play a game and there's no sound, you can be like, oh my goodness, it's mute.
What happened to the sound?
What happened to the sound? Think of it that way, You can tolerate certain things, but if you have no sound, it's kind of hard. You have no feedback.
Yeah.
When you hit an enemy, you don't feel like that impact, the oomph, But once you get that sound, you're like, it's confirmed. I hit something.
Right. I think you could even try it. Mute the game. For a few seconds, play it, and then go back with the volume. Yeah. You feel the difference.
Right. There's some enemies. There are new enemies I've seen, which is crazy. I was like, what in the world was that? And then I got just soaked in, and they just destroyed me from the very beginning. So it's just shocking, because I got very curious and just obviously roamed the world where maybe I shouldn't be. I'm very underpowered from the very beginning of the game, especially when you come down from the Great Sky Island. So if you are on my stream, you know the deal. I explored the Hyrule Castle. I never knew what was down there, and here we go. I faced some prizes, indeed, some great stuff, and then some great battles along the way. So, yeah, with full hearts to start with ain't fun. But that's the fun part. It's the challenging. You can make it easy or as challenging as you want. The way I do it, I like to have a little challenge because that way you get this motivation to get into it, and then you have a goal and objective. Motivation to just beat this monster or this boss with such a low life, but
which you did.
Which I did. It was possible. Yeah. So I think overall, I have a very good impression. This is not a review. This is my overall, just like quick thoughts on like about 10 hours of gameplay or so like that. Give you guys my idea, but I have really high esteem and thought about the game so far. I think that it is definitely a game of the year contention, but we don't know what other games will be released this year. So in contention, to compete with it, we'll find out toward the end of the year of 2023. And if you guys are watching this in the future, you're like, hey, it's a good reflection back at what has the game came out to be. And I always think of game of the year, it has to move the industry forward. The game has to push the envelope of what it can be done in this medium. And that what makes it a game of the year. A game can be excellent, but what pushes forward in a medium makes it a game of the year contender. So we'll wait and see. And I hope you guys join me when those award shows come up, and I'll be there watching with you guys.
Right, and also be sure to join us on live stream so you could see Danny's craziness when he feels anything what he does on stream. I don't know.
Oh yeah. So one of the last things that you guys are wondering, like, my dream came true with Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, Danny. What is that? Would you like to share with us?
Well, if you guys are following me, you know that, or maybe you don't know, I'll tell you guys right now. I was invited by Nintendo to attend the midnight launch of the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom at the Nintendo New York store. So if you guys were watching Nintendo's presentation around midnight, actually a little bit early midnight and leading to midnight of the launch of the game, they had Treehouse showing gameplay, but I was actually at the venue.
Right.
There, and seeing the MC talking to the developers. You guys are AGI Numa and one of his other partners as well. So that was really cool. I got to see them. But what cool thing, my dream came true, is I actually got really close to them. But very literally like the distance between Evelyn and I right now.
Right now, yeah, we're just like smiling.
I was like smiling. I wanted to say something, but the funny thing was he was getting something like this.
The new merch
for Zelda. It's funny that I was watching them. They're just shopping like casual consumers.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them just getting like the mugs and stuff, the shirts.
The shirt. They have like a notebook.
The journal.
The journal, yeah. The journal. What else they had? There was the shirt, the sweater, the long sleeve. This is one of them.
Yeah, this is one of them. I love this because it's like me being like a Lincoln hero.
Mug.
All right.
Tumblers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were just shopping there, and we were just, all of us were just watching them shopping.
Yeah, they went to the cashier, register and everything. I was getting I was buying my special edition with Evelyn there, and they were right next to me. But I was afraid to say something or whatnot, because they were there, they're not conversing with anyone, they were just paying for their stuff, typical thing. And then when I was ringing up my collector's edition for Tears of the Kingdom, I saw an opportunity. It was open. So I grabbed my special edition. The cash register, the cashier is like, you can't take it yet. I didn't, because I said, you can take my credit card. I don't care. You can take my credit card. I need to have this. The moment is now. I seize the moment. And then the moment that Evelyn was, okay, Evelyn, swipe it for me. You swipe it, take it, whatever you want. I grabbed the special edition. I went to AGI Numa, the main person for Zelda. You know the deal. He is the one who did the presentation for the gameplay of the different abilities, the Fuse, the Ultra Hand, the Ascend, you know it, right? He's right there. I was ready. I grabbed my marker. It's a golden marker, because Zelda, you gotta be gold. It's okay, you gotta do it right. I grabbed my special edition, and I was like almost begging him, please, Ainuma-san, please sign this for me. I said it in Japanese, so he understood me. And the Nintendo representative, we can't have you do it though. I was like, it wasn't a formal autograph session.
It wasn't.
No.
It was just like we were right next to them.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, I mean, I understand because employee have to, ring us up, pay. Then you could touch your item, right? Kind of hold the item. And that's when then he said, Evelyn, just take the credit card, please. And then I swiped. I'm like, okay, it's paid, approve. Then you take it. And it was like, it was an instant of like 5-second thing. It's like when you know something when something happened and then you just have to think quick or you lose the opportunity.
Yeah, you cannot waste time.
Yes.
Because the moment they walk away, they walk away. That's it.
They were actually walking away because it was getting to midnight and they have to open the door for the fans to the first person to purchase
their
the
game. Right.
Yes. So that was like opportunity for Danny to get the autograph.
Yes.
But yes, usually I'm the one holding the items.
Yes.
But Danny does not let me hold the item. It's his item. So I don't know if you want to show it to him.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give the Korok for a moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I am so happy. So right here, that's Eiji Ainuma's autograph, right in the corner of this collector's edition. And you guys, if you guys don't know, he's actually very rare to find in public appearances. It's like you have a higher chance of seeing Shigeru Miyamoto than Eiji Aonuma. That's how hard is it. So can you guys see it right there? It's insane. Like, I don't know if I'm getting in the center frame, but you guys get the ideas right there. It's beautiful. It's like an artwork in itself, his autograph.
Yeah, Danny is keeping the marker too. He's not even cleaning the marker.
I'm not cleaning that marker.
So he's keeping the marker right next to this box. And yes, you guys probably know that Danny never asked, right? Oh, one day I want to meet, right? You never mentioned that. No. You probably mentioned many times Shigeru Miyamoto, right? Because you know he would. I mean, Shigeru Miyamoto is probably easier.
Yeah.
Right, to meet.
It's a lot easier. I've seen Shigeru Miyamoto a ton more time than this this person here, which is insane.
Yes.
Eiji Aonuma, my goodness. So this is my dream come true. Got his autograph, and for the latest game, it's amazing. And it was a spur of the moment. You know, it wasn't planned. I honestly didn't even know. Planned. I really wasn't know he was there because as he was going on the Treehouse presentation, he popped up. I was like, oh snap!
It was a surprise.
It was a surprise. So when I was there, I got to see him there. Then I know the stakes are high now. Let's go. So yeah. What can I say? It's again, I'm very pleased and start of a great beginning for this year for this game. It's a big game. Definitely gonna be riding through to all the way through to 2023. So that's the reason why my dream come true. But hey, let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts are. You're definitely gonna help this guy, right? Remember, always help this guy.
Yes, always.
Don't neglect the Korok. Right? Get them seeds. Don't do harsh things, okay? I mean it. Don't do harsh things. I sometimes do some harsh things too myself, but you gotta be nice to them. They help you too.
You know how funny sometimes it reply, oof.
Yeah, oof. It's funny when they do those sounds and make the comments reply. All right, guys, let me know down below in the comments again if you guys enjoyed this Nintendo K Direct talk of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We appreciate a thumbs up. Let us know you like this type of long form videos, and we always appreciate it. And we always want to hear what you have to say.
That's right. Also, big shout out to Nintendo and Nintendo New York Store for doing everything for the fans. You have no idea how many fans that we walk by and they actually were so excited, so happy, many smile. And I just can, like, it just, you know, sometimes you say it, but when you see their face with a smile, like especially with Danny and all the Zelda fans, it's just memorable. It's priceless.
Yeah,
a lot of
you
people,
take it forever.
Yeah, a lot of people were having a great time there. They did an awesome midnight launch. There was a lot of decoration and everything. And so a big shout out to them to doing that for the fans.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be something I'll take forever. And like just as I remember Breath of the Wild of that launch, you know, we lived outside for 30 hours plus. This time we got to meet one of the main person involved in the game. So I'll always cherish that, and that will be a dream come true. All right, guys, I'll leave it at that on a nice positive note. It is always positive all the way through. This is Nintendo K after all right? I'll leave it at that. As always, I'm Danny.
Evelyn.
At the Nintendo K channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining with us. We'll catch you again soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.